Am I the a-hole for putting my wife on a strict allowance and making her ask me permission to buy expensive things? When we married, we decided not to fully combine our finances. We have a shared account in which I fund 3/4 and she funds 1/4. We use this account to pay the mortgage, utilities, grocery, etc. We also have our separate accounts where we deposit the rest of our money. We're responsible for our own investments and cars. Things worked well for a couple of years until recently when she came to me crying. It turns out my wife is not good with her money and owes $150,000 spread over several credit cards and her car loan. Unless she wins the lottery, there's no way she would be able to pay off her debt, and I didn't want her to mess up her credit by declaring bankruptcy. I decided to loan her the money to pay off the debt on strict conditions. I will take over her finances, including receiving her income. She will be placed on a strict allowance and budget. She will have to ask permission to buy anything over $50 and have to go by my judgment. Once she pays me back the money, she can take control of her own finances. She argued against the conditions until I pointed out I don't have $150,000 in cash stuffed in the couch. I will have to sell some assets, including stocks that are currently performing well. If I loan her the money, it will cost me money. She finally agreed. This weekend we were at a dinner party where, after too many drinks, some of the women decided they wanted to take a girls' trip a few weekends from now. My wife turned to ask me if she could go and I answered no, it's not in her budget. I'll spare you the details of the argument that erupted, but the TLDR version is that I'm a misogynist pig who keeps her on a leash. Some argued I should have bailed her out without conditions because there should be none in a marriage. The hurtful part is that she didn't once defend me. So, was I wrong to put those conditions on her? Update: I read some of your comments at lunch and continue to read them. When I got home from work, she started another round of arguments about the trip. I pointed out she has no money, at which point she pointed out that she hasn't hit the limit on one of her credit cards and that card should cover her for a weekend. So I drove back to my office and will spend the night here. To answer some of your questions. 1. Our shared account pays for everything in the house. For example, a few weeks ago we bought a new cookware set from Costco and that money came from the shared account. 2. She works a full-time job. Minus her contribution to the shared account. The rest of her income is hers to spend as she wishes. I cover things we do together like dinners, dates, and vacations. 3. The principal amount she owes is about $120,000, of which about half is her car loan. The rest consists of interest and late fees. 4. I didn't bring up her debt in front of our friends because I wanted to protect her reputation. 5. I haven't liquidated anything. I'm working with my advisor and broker to decide what to liquidate to take the least financial and tax hit. 6. She doesn't gamble. I looked over her bills and it looked like she spent her money on dinners/drinks and shopping with her friends. 7. We've been married for less than 5 years and do not have children. We talked about starting a family in a couple of years.